Hi, Tim Qualls. Welcome to the Schwartz Center for the Arts. This is Don here with me. I'm excited because I got a chance to come down here and see this building for the first time about a month ago. People, if you haven't been to the Schwartz Center, you're missing out. Reopened, I believe, back in 2001.
Yes.
And completely refurbished. I mean, what a place to see a show.
Oh, it's a fabulous venue. It used to be an old opera house. It was built in 1904. And that's why you see all this beautiful design, the beautiful architecture. And it became a movie theater several years later, fell into disrepair, and then in 2001 it was refurbished and made into the Schwartz Center for the Arts.
Yeah, when you talk about Schwartz Center for the Arts, folks, we're going to tell you about some exciting shows that you definitely want to get your pen and paper ready, because we're going to tell you how to contact us, get tickets and everything else. But before we get into talking about the shows, I want to talk about what the Schwartz Center has to offer when you come to a show, because a lot of people don't realize if you like some adult drinks, some beverages, I mean, you guys have cocktails that you serve. I mean, it's here.
Yeah, we have a full cocktail lounge, and we also serve snacks and concessions, popcorn. You can bring all those right into the theater, which apparently in the past they weren't allowed to do, but we do allow that now. So a lot of our patrons are finding that really nice. They can just come down, enjoy the show, and have their drink and popcorn or concessions.
Right, and especially nice, because we got kids shows we're going to talk about, and that a lot of people that want to come see some kids plays where you're going to grab popcorn and Coke. But we got some adult venues coming that you want to maybe have a couple of cocktails while you're enjoying the show, because you got some great shows coming up. That, when I talk about that, you got some shows coming up. We're going to talk about it here in a minute. Coming out of New York City, that's going to be right here in Dover, folks. I mean, and the opportunity to see it is unbelievable. I want to remind everybody where the Schwartz Center for the Arts is located. If you don't know, it's located on State Street in Dover, Delaware.
226 South State Street. It's right on the corner of North and State Street.
Yeah, so, and the venue, I mean, if you look around as we're talking here about it, I mean, just great places to do different things. When I say do different things, you got an event you want to have, you guys rent the theater.
We do. We rent the entire theater. We also have several rooms that we can rent out for birthday parties, for weddings, for different types of receptions, bachelor parties, you name it. We have the space to do it.
Right, and when you're talking about that, because now we also want to say, well, we got popcorn, but what about some other things? Well, you can have catered food brought in. Yeah,
we have a catering kitchen, a full catering kitchen. We have caterers in here all the time. We have a preferred caterers list, but you can bring your own caterer if you like.
Yeah, so for more information on renting the big room here, or you can rent one of the individual rooms, I mean, there's a lot of options for companies out there to do things without the expensive cost it costs somewhere else. You'll be amazed at what you can come in here and do what you need to do right here at the Schwartz Center.
Our prices are very competitive. We have great deals with a lot of the vendors in the area that can come in and help out, like we were talking about catering. The Gray Fox is one of them. Do a lot of stuff with them, and they're fabulous food, fabulous people that work for them.
Yeah, so you can pick your own menu and everything else, but the best thing to do for more information on that, you know it better than I do, so you can pick up the phone and give you guys a call.
Yeah, call the Schwartz Center, 678-5152. You can leave a message, or you can talk to our box office. They have all the information. They're here every day, Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 4:30.
Yeah, so the box office is open, so if you're looking for tickets for some of the shows we're going to get, you can come to the box office. You get tickets right here at the box office. You can go online and get tickets. You can call and get tickets. I mean, a lot of different ways. And you accept major credit card. I mean, it's all there.
Yeah, everything. Credit cards, checks, cash, online, come right to the box office or call us.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen a show at the Schwartz Center, now we're going to talk about some of the shows that's coming up, because I'm excited, because summertime's dwindling down here. We got a couple more things happening in July, coming into August, and all that you can still come and enjoy, but it's going to really get active here in the next few months, because this is when you guys really kick into high gear after the summertime. But we got some great shows coming up here in the middle of August too, that you don't want to miss out on. But let's get it started. I guess the first one we want to talk about, you know him better than I do, famous author that got a big deal going on here in Delaware with
Maurice Sendak. Maurice Sendak wrote Where the Wild Things Are. There's a whole exhibit, a whole thing going on around him. A big art exhibit at the Biggs Museum. We're having two events here, the Dover
Children's.
The Children's Theater and then the Dover Ballet.
Right.
Are both doing programs here this summer that are going to be based around Maurice Sendak, all things Sendak and really Rosie.
Yeah, now you know more about him than I do because I love to watch kids in plays. Yeah, and I got to say, I got to tip my hat to you because you've been doing this your whole life. I mean,
yes.
So you're one of those kids that was in one of these plays at one time years
right.
ago and everything. So when you get kids, great family value.
Oh yeah, wonderful family value. It's great for the entire family, grandparents, kids, their friends even. We get a ton of people that come to watch these kids' programs, including the ballet and the Ballet Theater of Dover.
Right.
And the Children's Theater.
And just to give you an idea, because I'm going to put my glasses on here so I can pick this up because we got information right here, but I want to be sure we get the right information out. Really Rosie, a children's theater production, that's going to be July 30th, and it's a matinee.
Right.
Yeah, it's a matinee because that's what I forgot. Not everything happens in the evening. So if you're looking for something to do for the family, what a great thing to come out, and enjoy. $5.
$5 a ticket. Yep.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know anywhere you can go for $5 and enjoy, a good entertainment of any kind. For $5, you come out and you see Really Rosie, a children's theater production. That's happening July 30th, August the 4th at 2 o'clock, and a matinee plus a big show at 7 o'clock. You've got the All Things Syndak, which is the ballet presented by.
Right.
The
Dover Ballet Theater.
Yeah, right. So great, if you're into ballet and like that. If you're not into ballet, you might want to get into ballet and come down and check that out because now is that kids again or is that?
Oh yeah. It'll be a varied age range, but there are a lot of little kids that do it. The last time they were here, we had really young kids up to teenagers. And it's wonderful to see these little kids being so focused.
Yeah, now the tickets on that are going to range from $12 to $18 because when you come into the theater, let's talk about that for a minute. You've got different areas, box seating, what orchestra seating, I mean, the different.
Well, we do have different areas, and depending on the show, we will let people know what the pricing is going to be per area. But for most of our shows, it's priced based off of your age, whether you're an adult, you're a senior, you're a child, a student, military. We have a military discount.
Right. So best thing to do with that again is call the box office at
678-5152.
I'm going to remember that before the show's over. It's 678-5152, real easy to get to. Now it comes into something else. Now that's happening, once again, July 30th, Really Rosie, the children's theater production at 11 a.m. matinee, $5 a ticket. August 4th at 2 o'clock and at 7 p.m. So the $12 to $18, depending on kids, adults, what the range is there. All Things Syndak, the ballet, presented by the Ballet Theater of Dover. So you definitely want to check those two shows out. But something else that's happening in Dover, and talking to you, it's kind of happening all over Dover. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just ComicCon. Let's talk,
Yes.
That's big, that's huge.
ComicCon is a huge event. It's been going on the last few years. Last year, the Schwartz Center was involved in it. We did a couple programs here. This year, we're becoming more involved. We're showing Star Wars on the Friday night, the opening night of Comic-Con. And the next day, we have several events that are going on. We have a podcast. It's a Walking Dead podcast.
Yeah.
And the cast and crew are going to be here, not of Walking Dead, but of the Walking Dead podcast. And they're going to be talking about the upcoming season.
Yeah, and when you're talking about that, that's going to be August 5th, the Star Wars 4, A New Hope, the first film in the series, really, that was. Right?
Exactly,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's going to happen here. Now, we welcome you to wear the costumes, the outfits.
Right, yeah, we're encouraging people to wear costumes.
Yeah, because when you're talking about Comic-Con, it's happening throughout the area, I understand, so you're going to have vendors all up and down streets.
There will be a ton of vendors. Now, Comic-Con is being sponsored by the Dover Public Library, and you can actually go onto their website and find out any information where all the venues that are holding events are, and also the timing for everything.
Yeah, but if you want to see one of the Star Wars movies because that's one thing that we have here when you're talking about the Schwartz Center for the Arts, is it turns back into an old movie house. I mean, you guys have the projector screen come down, big screen, so you can see a movie, and you guys are bringing some movies in that are, ones that you're not going to be able to see on the big screen anymore. They're
right.
classics. When you talk about the Star Wars, there's not a lot of places you can go and see a Star Wars. You can see the new ones, but you can't see the old ones. You guys are going to have Star Wars 4 down here and on the big screen.
And that's nice for people that grew up around here. Myself, I used to come here and watch movies. I saw Star Wars here,
oh, wow.
Which is neat for me now to be able to work here and to be able to see it again.
And come back and see it again. That's going to be taking place on August the 5th. You don't want to miss that. That's the Star Wars 4, A New Hope. the First in Film series. It's $7 for the show. You know, come on in. Nice air conditioning to get out of the heat a little bit. Beat the August heat, as they say. So you can do that right here at the Schwartz Center for the Arts. And Don, if people have any questions about anything we're talking about, they can pick up and call the box office. You're here. When the box office is open, you're pretty much
I'm always here.
Yeah. So if you have any questions at all, you can ask for Don, get more information. If you want to get involved with it, because you guys do get a lot of volunteers.
We do. We get a lot of volunteers, and actually a big part of our staff when we have events are all volunteers.
Yeah.
We have a volunteer coordinator named Barbara Cooper. She's actually our box office manager as well. They can call and ask for Barbara, and she can get them lined up to be volunteers.
Yeah, because when you're talking about this, I want to go back a little bit just to get back to the Schwartz Center. And when you're talking about it was refurbished and reopened and everything else, it's a nonprofit organization. You
Exactly.
know, it's here supporting the arts of Dover and beyond. So, and that's what we're trying to push out to everybody. Now, I'm excited about the next thing we're going to talk about because we got a couple big shows coming up in September.
Right.
When I talk about that, everybody's familiar with Amy Winehouse. Yeah, so there's going to be right here in this theater a tribute to Amy. And when I say that, you're going to have the documentary of Amy.
Yes.
The Amy documentary is going to be showing on the big screen.
Right.
Yeah, but before we do that, we have an Amy act that's going to be on the stage performing, you know, a tribute band, if you would, to Amy Winehouse is going to be on the stage. They're going to perform a set before the film and then a set after the film. So you definitely want to check that out. It's going to be available for you, and that's going to be September the 10th. That's going to be here. That's Amy Winehouse, a tribute to Amy. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Oh, no, and that's just the start of our tribute band series.
Right,
We have
right.
several tribute bands that are going to be coming later in the year.
Yeah, and so you got a lot coming your way right here. But I'm excited about this because I didn't realize I wasn't an Amy Winehouse fan until we started getting involved with this, and now I've become one. I don't care what age you are. What a range this girl had as far as fans. I mean, I'm talking to people in their 70s that say, oh, she's great, and I'm talking to kids. I mean, I was talking to a 15-year-old who said, oh, man, Amy Winehouse. So if you want to really enjoy a great music venue, see a great documentary, where else? There again, it's one of those ones you can't go to see it on the big screen.
Right. Amy was a performer for everyone, and the demographic that she hit was so wide range, and you just don't find that with artists.
Right, and that's going to be on September the 10th. You don't want to miss that. You definitely want to get your tickets for that. I don't even think the box office has set the price for that. It should be by the time you're watching this. They can pick up the phone and get that information by calling
678-5152.
678-5152. That information on the bottom of the screen. You want to learn more, you can also go to the website. I don't know if you know
www.schwartzcenter.com.
That's that easy. So more information on that. Now to get really excited, when we talk about September. Before we get into that, we're going to take a step back to August because it ties into what's going to be taking place in September.
Right.
And you know more about it than I do. And there's a lot of people. I mean, we haven't even put this out there, and it's nearly sold out already. So they're talking about adding another show to it, and that's the Alive 55. And it's kicking, and they're looking for talent. So on August the 18th, they're having what?
We have a talent competition. It's actually being hosted by the producers and directors of Alive 55 Plus and Kickin'. Alive 55 Plus and Kickin' is a show out of New York City. It's out of Harlem by the Mama Foundation. They have all performers that are 55 and older. In order to be in the cast, you have to be, like I said, 55 and older. You have to have a story about your life. You have to be somebody that has wanted to be on stage but just hasn't been able to. And you have to be talented. This is an amazingly talented group. They've been around for years. They have a guy that's 92 in the cast.
Oh, wow.
They are coming down here to do a talent search in August. And with the talent search, all we're asking is that people that are 55 and above and that think they can sing, come out and audition. And if you win, there's going to be actually several winners. They'll get to perform during the intermission of the show in September.
Right, so you're a chance to get on a stage and perform. It's like America's Got Talent, except we're looking for Dover's Got Talent.
Right.
So it's but the Alive 55. one of the hottest shows in New York City, and I can't believe that you guys, now this is the cast itself, folks, coming out of New York down to the stage here at the Schwartz Center, and it's something you don't want to miss. I mean, it's a fantastic program. We got a couple of clips. We'll just flash one up there for you real quick and let you look at a little bit of Live 55, and then we'll tell you more about it.
And if you're going to get tickets for that, you want to move fast. We actually had initially booked one show. It's a 3 p.m. show, and that show is almost sold out. So we're looking at booking a second show now.
I'm telling you, hilarious show, great entertainment. You don't want to miss that. That's a Live 55 and kicking. Going to be right here at the Schwartz Center in Dover, and that's on September 24th.
Right.
And I believe the ticket information, you know, just pick up the thing to do, because right now the show that we currently have is about filled up.
Right.
And they're talking about adding a show. If we get that one sold out, they're going to immediately add another show to it. So the best thing to do is call and give information about that. It's at 3 o'clock, I believe, in the afternoon.
It is at 3 o'clock, yep.
Yeah, so call and get information about that. If that show's sold out, they're going to start booking for the second show. So
Yeah, and we're actually offering group discounts of groups of 15 or more.
okay.
So if you do have a larger group, you get a $7 discount per ticket.
Right, which is tremendous and everything, but you don't want to miss that. Alive and Kicking, Live 55 and Kicking, coming out of New York City, right here to the stage here in Dover at the Schwartz Center for the Arts. I mean, and when you're talking about everything that we talked about, folks, there's so much more that goes on here. We can't get it all in this show. You need to go to the website, because you're constantly adding things. As we're standing here right now, you guys are looking at some more film series that you want to put in and things like that. But to go back and remind everybody what's coming up. Well, let's start with July, and that's July 30th. We got Really Rosie, a children's theater production. That's going to be at 11 a.m.,
Yes.
which is the early matinee for you. Great entertainment for the kids, great entertainment for the entire family. Come on out and enjoy that. And that's supporting the Syndac exhibit that's happening over at the Biggs Museum.
Right.
Yeah, so it's kind of all tying together with, that's what you guys are about. You're about Dover.
We're about partnering and community.
Right, right. And so you can support this theater by coming out and being a partner with you guys and making, the more people we get out, the more shows that we can do. That's
Right.
what it boils. So if you're out there, come, I don't care if you're over in Middletown or, you know, wherever. What a great theater. I mean, I've got to say, and I've been in all the ones throughout this area till you get into Newcastle. This is the best one in the area. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous. It was done right. It's taken care of. So a great place to come watch films, to see shows. Another show coming in, and we don't want to forget about that, August the 4th at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. You've got All Things Syndac, which is the ballet presented by the Ballet Theater of Dover. And great entertainment once again, you know.
Yep.
And tickets, I got to remind everybody, for Really Rosie, which is 11 o'clock on the 30th, that tickets are $5. For the ballet, $7. Great entertainment. And when you're talking about a show like that, you're talking a couple hours, right?
Yeah, most of the shows are between an hour to 2 hours. The children's theaters shows normally and the ballet are a little bit shorter just because of the age of the kids that are involved. But we pack the house with a lot of the children's theater programs.
Right, and then want to remind everybody, when you're here seeing a show, you've got refreshments. So you got Cokes, popcorn, candy, you know, and you're allowed to bring that in just like you were watching a movie and snack right in, and then Don has to clean it all when we finish. So
hey, I did.
yeah. So since he's the one saying you can bring it in, he's going to be the one that's going to have to clean it.
Just clean up after yourselves.
But when you're talking about, you know, great shows, ComicCon coming here to Dover, and the Schwartz Center is going to be a big, huge part of that, you know, because you got all day long out on the streets and everything, time to cool off. You can come in and see the Star Wars 4, A New Hope, the first in that series, the Star Wars series, and that's at 7 o'clock in the evening. And come in and just sit down and get, it's American conditioning, cocktail if you like.
Right.
You know, so when you're talking about it, once again, we talk about the refreshments, but you also have adult refreshments as well.
We have something for everybody. And that actually is scheduled at 7 o'clock because of the fireworks that will be going off between 9 and 9:30.
Right, so you come in here, you get cooled off, you know, before you go back out in that blazing August heat, as you say. So what a nice way to do it. Come in here and sit down and enjoy a great, great movie. You know, it doesn't get any better than Star Wars as far as I'm concerned. But then you come back, and what we want to talk about again is, I don't think, I went and saw this show with Amy Winehouse, and that's what made me an Amy Winehouse fan. I mean, the people coming down to do the show. Amy Winehouse on the stage, buddy. I mean, you know, they're that good. The entertainment's superb, so, you know, you don't want to miss it if you're Amy Winehouse. Even if you're not, like I said earlier, I mean, I'm amazed at her music. I mean, her music reached, you know, everybody. It was just unbelievable. And that's coming here to the Dover once again, and they're showing, they're going to get on the stage, they're going to do a set, then they're going to show the Amy documentary.
Right.
And then after that, they're going to get back on the set and do another stage and do another set. So what enjoyment there. I mean, so that's a whole evening. And we're going to get that started around 8 o'clock, I believe it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and what a great venue that's going to be. For more information on that, contact the box office. Once again, tickets are available. And the show you don't want to miss, and you've got a few seats still available for this showing of it, or performance of it, is the Alive, 55, and Kicking.
Yes.
What a great show that's going to be.
It's an amazing show. Actually, our box office manager, Barbara, that I was speaking about earlier, went to New York to see the show, and when she came back, she said, we have to do anything we can to get the show. And she really worked hard. We got the show here, and it's just something that actually we're getting people coming from DC, from Philadelphia.
Oh, buses are coming over. So you don't want to miss that show. That's going to be available for you. For more information on that, call the box office. That's going to be on the September the 24th, Alive, 55, and Kicking. And from, like I said, 3 p.m. show, but another show can be added once we sell that one out, and it's very close to being sold out. So don't hesitate. Pick up the phone if you want to get into that 3 p.m. show, and if not, then we'll let you know when the next one's going to be. It's all here for you. The Schwartz Center for the Arts is right here in Dover on State Street. Just a great facility. Don, tell the folks how great it is. Just come down and enjoy anything with you guys.
It's amazing. I actually, when I found out that this place was up and running again, I jumped at the opportunity to start coming to shows. I grew up around here. I grew up with this as a movie theater, and I can't believe what they did to make it look the way that it does, to restore it back to the old opera house look that it was in 1904. Yeah. To come out here and enjoy a show, I haven't had one customer walk out of the door that regretted walking through it.
Well, the difference between 1904 and today, it's air conditioned.
Right.
Yeah. Until next time, for Don, for the entire gang, because a lot of people volunteer to put it on. If you want to volunteer, get involved with the theater, all you have to do is call Barbara down here, get her through the box office. Any information you want, go to the website. It's all here for you. Just great entertainment right here in Dover, Delaware. Until next time, for Don and the entire gang, we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.